Johanna Luna coming to you from Cineplex. Young and Eglinton. Joining me right now is the lead actor, Joseph Ziegler. How you doing?
I'm great. Thank you.
Thank you very much for taking the time out of your schedule to chat with me because you know what? I'm looking forward to hearing what you're all about, how you started your journey as an actor. Talk to me. Take me way back on your journey. How did it start for you?
Well, I think it was because I had a really loud voice that they put me in a play when I was about 6. And I think when I was 12, I decided I was going to be an actor. And nobody paid any attention to me, of course, but I kept acting in plays. And so that when I finally went to study at the University of Minnesota, then the National Theatre School in Montreal here, nobody was surprised, and they just took it for granted that that's what I was going to do. So I've never thought about doing anything else.
Well, listen, Joseph, you're doing a terrific job. I took a look at this beautiful piece here, Timon of Athens. Let me tell you, you killed it. It's nicely done. And I like the way you really perform. You really give your heart and soul and passion into it because you can't fake it in show business. You really have to just give it your all. Yeah. Tell me, who inspires you to do this piece or any gig that you take on?
Well, Shakespeare has been a source of inspiration for not just me, but a lot of actors for a long, long time, because he encourages you to go inside yourself and go inside your brain, figure out what you really feel and why you feel it. Now, in order to understand Shakespeare or work on it, I've had a lot of help. I've had a lot of teachers, and Stephen Ouimet, who directed Timon of Athens, was a real inspiration working on it. Before that, I worked with people like Michael Langham and Robin Phillips. These are Douglas Rain. These are giants in Canadian theatre, Martha Henry, people that sort of pointed me in the right direction. Because the thing that we always think about with Shakespeare is the words. The words are amazing. And one of my great teachers, Robin Phillips, said, if the words are that amazing, how much more amazing are the thoughts behind the words? So Hamlet says, to be or not to be, that is the question. But if that really was the question, then we wouldn't have that whole speech. He goes on expanding and talking and trying to qualify exactly what he means. And that's a fantastic journey. Shakespeare was really the first writer to go inside the human brain the way he does, inside the human. So you talk about what you're feeling and why you're feeling it. He actually puts it into words. As somebody said, he makes the invisible visible, and it's fantastic.
I love that. Talk to me. You're Canadian, right? You travel a lot across Canada. I want to know, what's the most hidden gem that you've loved to check out and explore?
Well, I have always loved going everywhere in Canada. I was in Nova Scotia doing television for a few years in the 90s, and that was fantastic. Nova Scotia, have you been there much? It's fantastic.
I haven't yet. Not the East Coast yet. I haven't got a gig yet, but who knows? Guys,
yeah.
Maritimes, why not?
That's right. I loved being in Nova Scotia, but I was saying before, I love Vancouver and Victoria, being there. I've been coast to coast. My wife and I moved to Edmonton for a couple of seasons in the early 1990s to work with Robin Phillips, and we've worked in Winnipeg, across Ontario.
But if you had to pick one spot, Joseph, you have to pick one place that you love to explore and you love to just dive in and just relax and just go on hiatus and just love being there, because let's face it, we have a lot of cool Canucks that go on hiatus in their career, and they just loved going to that cabin. Like Ernest Hemingway, he's obviously not Canadian, but he's American. He loved going to Cuba. What's your hot spot that you love to go to?
Well, I think Nova Scotia. Yes. I really loved Nova Scotia. I've been to Newfoundland too, but I was in Newfoundland in March, and it was it was still pretty wintry when I was there. But there's so much beauty in Nova Scotia, not just natural beauty, but the people are beautiful, and it's a fun sort of place. And I was in Halifax a fair bit, but we also, when we shot this TV series, it was about an hour along the coast, and it was so great to be there. that I didn't want to go home.
That's awesome. That's it, right? You feel like when you go somewhere, you want to feel like it's home, right?
Yeah.
Home is where the heart is. That's what they say a lot, right?
That's right.
Here with Spotlight TV, we traveled across Canada, Yukon, Yellowknife, Saskatoon, Grand Prairie, Vancouver. Tell me a little more. Take me back on your journey, though, because every actor takes on a gig for a reason. Why did you take on this gig particular?
Number one, it's Shakespeare. And if somebody asked me to go to, the ends of the world to do a Shakespeare play, I'd probably say yes, because it's so compelling to do that. Also, Stephen Ouimet, the director, directed this play in 2004 in Stratford with a dear friend of mine who's passed on now. His name is Peter Donaldson. And that was a magic production. It was beautiful. I got to see it. Stephen directed it, and so when it came time to do it again, he, for some reason, thought of me, and I couldn't have been more thrilled. So so yes, it's Shakespeare, it's Stephen Ouimet, and the company and Stratford Festival. There are a lot of great actors that you get to work with there, and that I've been working with for several years now. And there's a great comfort in doing that, because in order to act well, in order to really act, you have to let go of yourself. You've got to commit yourself to something, and it's easier to do that around people that you're comfortable with, that you can show the worst part of your personality. You can reveal that, and nobody's going to freak out too much.
Joseph, I love that. Thank you very much for sharing us your story. I want to know, last question, share with us here with Spotlight TV viewers here and listeners, because we do TV and radio and digital. Let us know, what's the message you want our audience to take away by seeing this beautiful piece?
I think if there is a message in it, and there are probably a lot of them, but I think Shakespeare was interested in people being humane, in people treating each other with kindness and understanding and compassion, because that's exactly what doesn't happen through the course of this play. That Timon is looking for help through the play, and he doesn't get it. After he has helped all these people, nobody helps him. So I'm pretty sure that that's what Shakespeare was after.
Well, Joseph, thank you very much once again. Guys, don't go anywhere, because guess what? We're going to be chatting with so much cool cats. Carl Wolf coming up for you only here with Spotlight TV Radio Network.
I'm Joseph Ziegler. I play Timon in Timon of Athens, and we're here at the Cineplex Center at Yonge and Eglinton to watch it today. We hope that you'll come out and join us sometime. I'm with Johanna Luna, and we're excited about this.